it should be, all good. And, like I said, the bottom line is as long as you recognize that you can't always be right, okay, and that you have to sometimes suffer from losses, okay, because there's going to be losses. If you don't think there's losses in this business, then you're in the wrong business, okay. But if you recognize and you use the probability to the best of your ability, then you are certainly taking advantage of what the market is giving you, okay. So in crude, you've got something potentially brewing here, but we're getting a little bit too much blowback already. There's a little bit brewing kind of everywhere right now, with the exception of the NASDAQ, okay, and probably the S&P at the moment. It looks like there's something brewing in the euro currency. We'll see. Again, I can't predict, but I can see. Yeah, exactly. I can see, what is happening here. Okay. So that is, again, all we can do is, again, calculate out, use the odds and the best probability for us. Okay. And then we end up, finding the best trade with the highest probability. And if you do that on a regular basis, guess what? You will make money over time, because you will put the market in the advantage of you, which is all you can really do. Okay. So certainly the 60 is a possibility. I don't think it's going to get there. I don't think that crude's going to get there. I don't think anything's going to get there on this particular bar. But, now just take a look and notice, because, I kind of mention this every day. Look at the volumes are much great. Why is this crude? I don't want crude. I don't want crude here. Oh, no, it's a dollar. I'm sorry. The volumes are much greater than they've been during the week. Okay. Now, certainly you could justify a potential, except for the blowback in the euro currency. Again, we don't want to be overly aggressive in the summertime. Okay. Because the markets themselves, you've been with me 4 days this week, and 4 days we haven't had dramatic opportunity. Okay. We've done well with the opportunities that we've had, but we have not had that many. And again, the biggest part of this business is the ability to have what I like to call the retrade, or the ability to step back in once again, right? You get out, you get stopped out, okay, and you get another chance to go back in again. Because again, the more trades we can make, the more possibility that we have, okay? Because if we're playing the probability model, then we bring ourselves into that position of being on the probability side versus being on the side of guessing. Okay. Again, if you play it as it is, which is strictly a straight math model, that is where you can gain a potential edge in the business. Okay. And that's what we're trying to do, is to put ourselves in a position of probability. Okay. So it looks to me, I would say that the crude's going to get there potentially. I would say that you might have a chance now in the euro currency. This could be the biggest volume bar for quite a while. Nothing in the S&P, although it is plunging. Nothing in the Russell. Okay, nothing in the Dow. And so basically, it's going to be either crude, which you can already see is there, right? So crude is going to surpass that area. Okay, so this is going to be a potential trade. Okay, and I'm going to guess that the euro might get there too. Okay, so hey, again, all we can do. Dang, I didn't want that. Okay, get away from it. It's when you get to the edges, it's very, very close. But again, so this looks like it's going to get there as well, and that's a little bit too close because I can't see behind it. I'm sure it's okay, but what the hell? Let's do it right so I can see. Okay. So again, I think you're going to see, both of those with a minute 20 to go. Both of those should be blow off trades, provided, okay, and again, provided that what? Okay, what does it provide? What do you need? Okay, now you tell me. Let's at least make some of this educational. You tell me what we need. Okay, look at this. I can't get this to stick, you donkey. Oh, I know, because this thing's. Do they have? Is there a what you calling this? A degree like on Thinkorswim? You can 25 degrees off the side. Does anybody know? Okay, no, no blowback, right? And see, I told you. See, you can see that the euro currency is blowing through there. Okay, and we still got time. This is going to be big action. Okay, again, they may not work, but they're going to be big. Okay, the volume is going to be huge. Okay, and that's what you're saying. By the way, spec traders, nice trade on the whatchamacallit, on the S&P. I hope the gold comes back, but nice trade in the S&P. You should be locked in with about 500. Okay, if you took instructions, or maybe even more. But you've got a little bit too much blowback here. You get 14 ticks. Doesn't sound like much, but what you're really doing is you're adding 14 ticks to your stop. So we'll watch them both, okay, to see how it reacts from here, okay, because this is the important part. I gotta lose my mind. Okay, so we're looking to be a buyer of both potentially, but I'm not going to buy crude at 73.60 when I got to use a stop of 73.27. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, so the euro currency, our stop is going to be 11861. This is reasonable. I mean, again, this doesn't move very much. Yesterday's euro currency was open all day. Basically, it never stopped out. You just closed at the end of the day. Okay, but this is what you're watching, and of course, we're going to get a trigger here in 8 seconds. We're going to be a buyer. What did I say the stop was? 6.1. Is that right? Yeah, 6.1. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and buy 1 euro currency. Okay, at 75. Okay, I'm filled, and my stop is going to be 61. Okay. Okay, and of course, obviously, again, these are not things, you don't have to do these things, but I like to do them because they make looking at the chart easier and more fun, and it gives you an idea without having to stare at it, because there's nothing worse than staring at a machine when you're trading, because again, staring can only create bad choices. Okay. So again, it looks like already we're going to be right. We're not getting the V. Okay, we're going right into consolidation, which is fine. Look, that's fine. Okay, again, it is what it is. I can't change what it does. Okay, I can only trade what it tells me or gives me the ability to do so. Okay, but they did both blow off. Okay, now in the crude's sake, the best opportunity would be a follow through back towards the bottom on heavy volume, and then it could be a trade we could then look at. Okay. In the meantime, we're getting crushed in the euro currency down to $25. Oh my God, I don't know. I better go get a loan. Okay. 61. Please pay attention. Okay. Again, you should be able to figure it out yourself by looking at the low. Okay. Again, I'm not mad that you don't, but you have to learn this stuff. You can't always depend, because if you're doing it on your own, you got to know how to set them. And again, I'm going to do this again right now. In the current conditions, the S&P is $2. Okay, 2 points. Okay, the Dow Russell are 20 ticks. The crude and euro currency are 10 ticks, and the Nasdaq is $10, or it's actually 40 ticks if you look at it that way, because they're in quarter ticks, but it's 10 points. So it's basically the risk is 100 on everything except for Nasdaq, which is 200 plus the difference in where you get filled from where your stop's got to be, right? Because you're not going to get filled on the dead bottom or the dead top, because it wouldn't have qualified as a trade. So your stop is 100 on everything plus whatever the difference in the stops are. Okay, and 200 in the Nasdaq. Okay, anybody have any question about that? So in the meantime, the euro currency being very consistent with the way it's traded all week, it's doing nothing. It's kind of just chirping around, churning in this little pattern. Okay. Now, it'll go either way from here. Obviously, when you get into consolidation, okay, one thing's got to happen. It's got to break out of it at some point. And the longer, the more time it spends going sideways, the bigger amount that you can expect of the bigger movement that you can expect. Okay. Once it finally does break out. Okay. So that is something for you to, always, take in mind and into consideration, is that the longer it sits there, the bigger the move should probably be out of there. Okay. So as we go back, and we'll just look at the 4, because there ain't much doing in the 1s right now. I mean, we have no decision to make, in other words, right now. Okay. So let's see if and again, we are in the, so we went into the declining volume. We did get a little bit of a pop for, 30 minutes, in between when we started and whatever. And now we're kind of back in the doldrums type of environment. And again, we'll see. I mean, again, I don't know. When it's ready, it'll be ready, and we'll be there. That's the beauty. We will always be dressed for the party if we're watching. Now, again, we're not going to catch everyone because it's impossible, because you're not always around. It's not like you're sleeping with the machine. So it's just, something that you are going to be prepared for at all times. Okay. When you're trading. If you're not trading, then you're not prepared for anything. So you're getting a little bit of a pop in the S&P, but you're not getting the volume to go with it. Okay. And that becomes, the bigger story. Okay. Is, these are the things that you have to focus on. Now, maybe we'll get another blow off bar in crude here. I don't know. Again, if I knew, I would share with you, but I don't. Okay. Bubba Burger. Okay. Well, again, I'm not interested in Bubba Burgers. Those are as a last resort. I'm going to hold that trade. I mean, I didn't close yesterday's trade until the end of the day. Okay. I'm just telling you, I'm going to hold those until, they're not that much risk, and you have the potential of huge returns, and you can see that maybe we will get the movement in crude. Okay. We're not getting much volume anywhere else. Let me just see if this held. I just want to see something. I was working on something the other day, and I want to see if it held. Okay. Oh, and it did. No, it didn't. This is the same one. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to set up one more screen that is, all the currency without the indexes and the currencies only, and oil and maybe bonds, just to have a separate group, because those are typically will give us more trades or more opportunities, as it is right now. Again, remember, we are in, when you get the update today, it'll say the summer fun. Okay. John, if you remember John Travolta and whatchamacallit, Olivia Newton-John, summer fun. I mean, this is summer fun, right? It's misery in trading right now. Okay. Because of course there's nothing going on, and you can only find, problems. Okay. So we're starting to fall apart. Okay. And we're breaking a little bit here in the equities. Now the question is, will we get an opportunity? That, look, there's one thing that you get. Okay, you've got the opportunities if they create, but if they don't, it's just noise. Okay, and right now it's just a bunch of noise. You don't have any great spikes of volume. Now, this you could, if you wanted to try to justify a trade here, you could. I would pass, okay, because I don't see in the overall reason to try to make that trade, although it could be a great one. But we're in such dull conditions that to force a trade and risk, 100, 120, 150 bucks for nothing without clarity or true absolute action, to me, does not make a lot of sense. Okay. We can do, obviously, you've got the mouse and the wheel and the machine, you can do whatever you want. But I think that overall you'll find that you make mistakes when you do that, and when you become overly aggressive trying to force a trade in a market. Again, remember, this is pretty dull, pretty dead. Okay. And, it does not really bode well to try to be overly active. Okay. And I think this is, again, where you find, this is where many create their own problems. Okay. Because forcing in yourself into a market that doesn't really want you in is, kind of like as they say, a fool's game. Okay. So as we watch and as we sit here, okay, we sit and watch. That's unfortunate, but that's, the biggest part of the business is what? Observing. Okay. That is the biggest part of what we do, is the observation of markets, so that we can find the type of trade that we are indeed looking for. Okay. So, listen, it's easy to pull the trigger, okay, on a trade. However, the real question is it easy to make money when you pull the trigger too quickly? Or are you really just overexposing yourself to more problems? Okay. Well, I'm going to hold it until it breaks down. Either it's going to stop me out. Okay. Listen, I never get out early. If it's a loss, it's going to be a full loss. Okay. I am not stopping the trade with a 1 or 2 tick loss. Okay. Yeah. I just don't do that. I just don't think it pays. I think I think that becomes the emotional side of the trade, which you are really bringing your own opinion into the market, which is not what we do. Okay. Opinions are like, fill in the blank. You all got one, including me. Okay. So, you want to continue to, go through the same crap you went through your entire trading career, which is, always fighting yourself. Okay. Well, you can do that, but you want to do it right. Then wait for the right mechanics to make any trade. Okay. That's the key. Okay. Using the proper tools that we learn. Okay. Now it looks ugly. I mean, we're down 50 bucks. Okay. what am I gonna do? But in the meantime, if I get stopped out, I'll lose. And it is probably breaking out to the bottom side. And there it is. Okay. It is indeed breaking to the downside. So we're kind of at a crucial area. Now we still have some room, but we are at a pretty crucial level. Okay. And if I look at this, to me, looking at it, it looks like it wants to accelerate to the downside. It is not accelerating, but it certainly looks that way. Okay. Like it wants to. Now it does not have anywhere near the volume, okay, that we would be looking for to potentially add to. Okay. Nor does anything else right now. And this is, again, this goes back into these same problems that we talk about every day is, lack of activity is harder to trade. Lack of activity makes it a challenge, but it also brings in the ability for you to make more mistakes because you are trying to guess the market and you're trying to, create something that does not exist. Okay. So that is the problem, staring at paint drying can only cause you to make a bad trade. I assure you, you will never make a good trade by staring at a screen trying to make a false trade happen. Okay. And look at, what can I tell you? This is the market we got. And there's an old saying in card players, and it's, you got to play the card you're dealt, but you got to play the market you got. That there is nothing else that we can do but play the market that we have in front of us. Okay. And the market we have in front of us is as dull and as crappy as can be. And until that changes, stopped on the ES trade. Okay, good. I hope I don't stop. I hope I don't get stopped on the gold trade. Good. It was a good trade. Gold looked like it was going to be good too. And then it kind of slipped a little bit. But, here we're getting a little bit of action here in the euro. What time is it? It ain't going to be enough. 50 seconds. Okay. Basically, again, here we are, fairly quiet. Again, you've got the same characteristic we talk about every day, the declining volume. Okay. Now, the decline is actually a benefit to us now. Okay. And not this minute, but because it brings back a greater opportunity. Okay. It brings back a greater opportunity for that volume blow off bar you need to be able to make a trade. Okay. So, again, you can look at it a couple different ways, but it's obviously much better when you get constant, trades back and forth. Okay. And, you hit your 66%. Okay. That is much more fun. Okay. As a pure, trading reality. Okay. Because, again, the more trades you can make, if you're playing them correctly, the more money that you can make at the same time. So even if you wanted to quantify, oops, I forgot this is not Thinkorswim. Even if you want to quantify this as a potential blow off, you got no price action, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So as we sit back and relax and watch, okay, again, it's not fun. It's unfortunate, but again, that is what we got, and there ain't much that we can do about it. Okay. From a longer term view, just looking at a chart, to me, it does appear that the euro currency is bottoming. Okay. Just as a straight chart read, to me, it looks like it's bottoming. Okay. Actually, I would have liked to have seen it consolidate a little bit longer along the bottom there, but you could see that it was starting to, as I call it, round out through the bottom. Okay. So, I'm not uncomfortable at all with the position. Okay. And, again, we'll watch and we'll talk, we'll chat, we'll have a good time. Other than that, I can't make anything happen, that isn't there. It's a very unfortunate set of circumstances in a market that doesn't do anything, which is why this is the time you should really be taking the time to enjoy and do things that you'd like to do, because when we get busier, you're going to be busy. So, and there will be a time, I don't know when, but there will be a time that we will be rocking and rolling all day long. Okay. And you'll get 30 trades if you want them. Okay. 40 trades if you want them. There are those days, they do exist. Okay. We just haven't seen them for quite a while. I'm in the euro using TOS. It is noticeably slower than my play. I told you, that's why I don't use it. Okay. That was the final straw. Now I already know. See, my quotes are the fastest you can get. Okay. The ones that I use here. okay, on these ladders. These are the fastest you can get. So I always knew that. And I always knew, or I was always of the opinion that TOS, I call it, they drag the tape. They're a little bit slower because they're actually trying to prevent some trading. And maybe I was wrong. This now maybe not be about them. Okay. It may turn into a potential another buying opportunity. Okay. This is probably, what time is it? It's going to be close. Again, this is going to be the same as it is jumping a little bit the last minute here, though. Okay. You are getting a jump. Okay. Look at that. Okay. So you could get stopped here. So my bottom did not hold, but you do have a blow off. Okay. So yeah, that's why that was the final. They probably are. You mean as a trader, as a trade, Billy Joe, or as a long-term trader or a blow off? Okay. I don't know. I don't usually follow those during the day because, they're a little tougher. And again, I try to stay away from, markets, that the majority don't typically trade as much. Hold on. It could be a sell. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, I would wait for more volume, but it could be. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay. So we do have a blow off here. So now here's what's going to happen. Okay. We're going to enter if you want. Now, again, the key here will be if you get stopped out, okay, then it'll be a new trade. If you don't get stopped out, do you want to add? Okay. This is always the key question. Okay. Now, I usually don't recommend for many trying to add. Okay. However, in this case, so we can buy right now. So let me just buy and then I'll explain. Okay. 66 I'm in. Okay. So let me explain. So the risk is so small on the one we already have open. I mean, we've got almost a full risk. So why not double it up from here, knowing you only got $50 more? And I mean, that's not like $50 is nothing, but $50 more to go. And the new stop on this one will be 52. Okay. Is that right? Did I look at that right? Yeah, 52. So the new stop here will be 52. Okay. So I've got 2. Okay. And I'm long 2. Okay. Because again, the risk is so small on the second one. Okay. Because I'm already almost stopped out. Okay. So back to the original thing. So TOS, I think they drag the platform a little bit. A lot of the outages that we have in some of the exchange, we might get stopped out here anyways in the first one, depending on how you played it. Okay. I would say 100% you get stopped up. Huh? That's my guess. Okay. You never know, but that would be certainly my guess. Is I think we're on the plank and they're cutting the wood and they're down to almost got it where it's going to break. Okay. Now we could get lucky. We're still in, we're holding. Okay. I mean, again, we could catch a break, but so they drag it. And I think sometimes when they go down, they're really not down. It's too busy and they don't want people trading. Okay. That's my opinion. I don't have any factual evidence for that. That is just my opinion. Okay. Take it for what it's worth. That's my opinion. Okay. And it's not just them. I think they all do it. I think, look at that. Look at that. Look what happened. We survived. We staved off for the moment, the execution. Okay. But I think that, the facilitating brokers, okay, all of them, okay, tend to, obviously, they don't want you to trade in a crazy market because, again, any money you lose means they make less because they don't get the overnight carry. So that's one thing. 2 thing is that, they're protecting themselves, not you. It's never about you. It's always about them, just to be clear. Okay. So in the meantime, again, the only broker I know that really has your best interest, and again, there's others I know, I mean, I know others that I use, but over the years, but the CTG, they truly have your interest and your protection in mind on all cases, which is why they check positions daily and look for things. And that's just because, again, they understand the side of the business that you're going to trade and they want you to be successful. But also, and they want to help protect you at the same time, but they will never prevent you. Say by a half a tick. Okay. And I think that's the beauty of the CTG group is that's why I use them. That is why they do my trading. And that is why I believe in them for, a lot of direction and everything that we do, because they have, in my opinion, again, I'm not saying it's, it's gospel, but in my opinion, they have your best interest at heart. And to me, I can't ask for any more than that, than to someone have my interest above their own so that I can have my opportunities. Take that for what it's worth, but that's what I think. All right, so you do have one in the, all right, this is the 1 minute. I'm sorry. I got to go back. Okay. So actually, we almost got an exit. This could be the reverse blow off. Okay. Right here. Okay. The price isn't crazy enough. Okay. However, if you have two on, this would be a great place to lift one. Okay. Or at least tighten that stop up to, to make sure that you get no worse than break even on the combo. So if you got in at 66 and 75, 67 or 66 and a half would be a good place to stop, even though it's almost right there now, but still you don't want to let it slip away from you. So you might as well take the break even and rebuild the position. Okay. From there. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense to everybody or not, but that's what we would be looking for is the opportunity. Okay. To rebuild the position. Okay. From there. Okay. And make sure we get break even on the pair. And then our average on the new is not, instead of being long from 75, you're long from 66 or 67, somewhere around there. Okay. So again, you can, look at it however you want. In the meantime, you are getting in the whatchamacallit, a potential blow off in the potentially the Dow, potentially the index is all except for the Russell. Okay. And certainly now move your stop up, in the euro currency just on one. Okay. Just on one. Okay. And again, bring your average because you have a lower average now. Okay. If you have two, if you have one, don't do anything. Okay. You didn't get stopped. Okay. So we got how much time for you? So we got plenty of time. So you're going to have a blow off here. You're maybe going to have a blow off here. You're going to have a blow off here and maybe here. Okay. So you've got obviously some real action taking place. Okay. So let's see indeed what happens. Okay. But that's really the overall case. Again, you're playing defense, but you're also playing good offense. Okay. So if you took the second one, then, a good chance to, put your stop like at 69 right now. Okay. That makes your new average entry at 69 or so. Again, it changes the numbers, which is, again, it makes it easier to make money. It also makes it easier to break even. Okay. So, which is, we gotta go. So let's see. The Dow and the S&P for sure. So we'll focus on those for now. Okay. So the S&P, our stop would be 83.75. Okay, if we do get a trade, and it looks like we're going to. The question is if it gets too far away, and of course the Dow is still kind of puttering down and might be still in trouble. But for right now, 63. Okay, 60. That can't be right. What am I looking at? I'm sorry. 10. All right. What the hell am I looking at? I'm screwed up here. I can't see it. Okay. 34, 830. So 820. My bad. 820 stop. The Dow is an entry. Okay. With an 820 stop. Okay. I'm in at 47, 820 stop. Okay. And the S&P, what did I say the stop was here? We definitely have an entry. I just don't know if I want to chase it up and expose. That's not bad, 250. You know, you could do them both, do one, take your choice. I like the Dow better. It may not be better, but I liked it better because it had less risk, right? That's always, you know, I'm a big fan of less risk at this time in markets. Okay. But certainly, again, they both did qualify. Okay. Oh, did I? No, this is the next one. Okay. I'm so confused. Okay. So if you had this second euro currency, you're stopped out, and your new average entry, and you can move your stop to the old stop if you want, because you're basically replaying the first trade with a new entry, and you reduced the cost and the average, and ready to go. Okay. 83.75, right. I didn't take it, and I'm not taking it now. I'm just going to take the Dow winner and see what happens from here. Okay. Now the Dow should have a potential to run all the way up to here. Okay. Everything being equal, 77. Okay. I don't know if it will, but certainly that would be something we would be looking at. Okay. And looking for. So, you know, how would I just get filled in? Oh man, I don't know. Shit. All right. Anyways, so back to here. So as we run up, and of course we're already at 70. Okay. Well, you can move your stop to break even now. Okay. That's about the risk you're taking. So you can go to break even right now on your Dow. Okay. If you're in, you can go to break even probably on your S&P if you got in. Okay. Because again, that is what we're doing. That is the model in which you're playing. So as we waited patiently, we got a couple of trades, and they're all starting to work out the way they should. Okay, now you're at 87. Okay, so now we have to look for the next secondary move. Okay, which to me, you've got, as I like to call it, cover at 63. If we hold above here, well, we did. Okay. Move your stop up to 62, lock in like $75. Okay. And let it rip. We're going to let it run. I mean, we're not going to be in a hurry from here. Okay. And our euro currency is profitable now as well. Again, if you did one, it's not. If you did two, it is. That's the story. Hopefully they'll all be profitable, so I won't have to differentiate between the two. Okay. But you know, did anybody do two with me? That's the first question. Okay. If nobody did it, I'm not going to cover it. I'll leave it on the side and just forget about it. Okay, good. Okay. So are you stopped out of one? Well, you're not effed on one. You did what I said to do. You did it right. Okay. Okay. You did it right. And, you know, if you didn't get stopped out, make sure that you move that stop up to like 69 now. Again, you're bringing up the average. Okay. When you got the second one was such a no brainer to get into because the lack of risk on the first one, if we didn't have the first one, we'd make it anyway. So, you know, there you go. Okay. So you're up to 900 now. So you're rolling along here. Okay. Up 255 or 260 right now. So now lock in 150. Okay. And now here's what I'm going to say to you right now. At 150, okay, I am now done moving for a while, except under one occasion, which is a blow off up. I will trade the blow off if it happens. Okay. It did not happen yet, but if it happens, I will trade the blow off to reverse. If it doesn't, I'm going to try to let it. We got stopped out of one. That's fine. Okay. All right, up 375, so lock in 200 and, let it rip. Okay. There's no hurry. Okay. Oh, great. Awesome. Okay. Well, make sure you have a stop like on one at the midpoint of where you got in. Okay. And what that does, it raises your average. Okay. And again, it makes it easier to make money. Okay. That's something I will eventually teach in a little bit more depth. But this one was just such a no-brainer. I couldn't let it go for everybody. I didn't want to, it was kind of silly to not take it if you didn't take it. Okay. But I understand if you didn't, but again. Okay. So, so the only thing I'm doing now, I'm letting this thing rip. I got $150 on that trade. I'm not going to lose much. If I lose, I'm not going to lose much on the euro currency. So now it's time to, go for the gusto. Where's Ham? I need a Ham's beer. If you remember that. Okay. But if you get your profits locked in, now you can look and say, hey, I want to go for it. Okay. Again, why not? You're in outstanding shape. Okay. To do so, you can't lose money for the day, so that you can be much more aggressive right now. Okay. That's not with new trades, with the ones you have on. Okay. So let's be clear. Okay. The only adjustment I will make from here, okay, is if we get a reversal blow off and I reverse. If we do not, I will carry this trade as late as I can, as long as it keeps going. Okay. Or I'll get stopped up. Okay. Hams or dog style. There you go, baby. And Schlitz. My stop right now on YM is 77, I believe, which locks me in a couple of hundo. Yeah, 77. Okay, 77. I got in at 47, locks in $150. Okay, which is what I asked. I requested of all. Okay, and the only adjustment I will make is on a blow off the other way. Other than that, I'm keeping the money and I'm letting it go. Okay. You moved your stop to a loss. That's not what you do. I told you, I didn't say move it for a loss. I said move it to break even. Okay, no problem. We'll get you. Not a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal because it's $120. But look, I said move it to a break even number. You just had to take the two numbers, add them, divide by 2, and you figure out what your break even. That's where your stop needed to go. Okay, no big deal. We'll get you squared up. Okay, I got you. I'll have to have a talk with your boss. Was he on holiday again? So the Dow is up 350 now. Okay. So ain't bad. Okay. Now look. Trading. Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, if they lumped your orders, you might have a much bigger profit in the other one. Okay. There's a difference, right? You could have a much bigger profit. Some, like the platform I use, okay, well, just you can see the profit right now in this, okay, 390. But if I were to take one, if I would do another one, it would track the second one. It's first in, first out. So even though I might be making money, it could show me as a loss too. Okay, I don't know, but that would be the only thing I could think of. If you gave me the two numbers and we got stopped, I could tell you exactly myself. I don't need the machine to tell me, but in the meantime, okay. So we're holding fine in the euro currency. It's not going anywhere fast. Okay, it's right around, net breakish even, slightly profitable overall. Okay, but again, once again, we're in a snoozer, which is fine because we hold all the Trump cards right now. And if you don't like Trump, well, I pardon the pun, but I did like him. So, but look at this, 933, so over 400 and rolling. Okay, at 1869, what were your two buys? Give me the two buys real quick, big boy. Come on, you got to give it all to me at one time. I need all the information together. I can't. It's too much for me to keep asking. This is like when people email. Give me all the details at one time. Okay. Okay. So your average was 70 and a half. Okay. So you got out at 69. So you lost $25. You lost $30. You're down 30 and you're break even in the last one. That's your actual net $30 at this minute. Okay. You're down 30 bucks. 69 minus 71.5 is $25. Okay, $30. Actually, I apologize, 31.25, but I'm doing fast. Okay, so again, you sit back, and again, if we get a blow off, look, I'll be happy to get a blow off to the upside and reverse. I'd like to sell. The captain told me to sell at 4,400 in the S&P, so I'd like to see this pop and give me a reverse blow off and let me reverse on it. But in the meantime, I got my 150. Now, you don't have to be as bold as I am. You can legitimately move your stop to 80 if you want, which is a little bit higher than where I'm at right now. Okay. Because you've got enough cover, as I like to call it, before there. You've got at least two good solid support levels. Okay. But again, you have to be comfortable. You have to learn what you're doing and make those decisions based on, but every decision you make is based on numbers. Okay. So how'd your I didn't even watch. Obviously I don't watch it when I'm doing this. How'd this do? It's still going up. Soybeans. It could have been a short, but it looks like it does actually. If I were looking, forget about the blow off model, I'm looking for a trade, I'd be a buyer right now, big boy, just from looking at that chart. Okay. Anyways, so, and we're still in good shape. We're just hovering and waiting and hoping to get a blow off up, because it does look like we're peggering. So I'd like to see one last push higher. Okay. One last push up and get a reversal and then see it tank. Okay. Yes, it is showing your, that's first in, first out. Okay. That's an accounting thing for them and you. Okay. So in the meantime, now you've got some new support right about here, about 908, 909. Now, for those who want to be more conservative, move your stop to 890. 890. Lock in, another, 200 and something dollars, 250, whatever the number is. I mean, I don't know everybody's exact number. Okay. But again, if that's, again, if you want to be more conservative, you don't have to be an aggressive schmuck like me. You can be more, it certainly pays to sometimes be more passive. Okay. I just like to tend to, in markets like this, if I'm going to play, I tend to like to kind of go after it a little bit. If I'm going to sit here and take the exposure, I might as well go after it at the same time. Okay. That's always my view of life, of things. Okay. Now I've got money locked up, so it's not like it's going away. Okay, that I got guaranteed in. Okay, so, all right, kids. Well, you're on your own from here on. Okay, again, play it as you wish, but 890 if you want to be more conservative, 880 if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. Okay, your euro currency, just keep an eye on it. Your stop is with 61ish. Okay, it's kind of dead flat in here in the middle. Okay, but in the meantime, everybody should have made some dough. Okay. We didn't have any losers, so we can't complain about that. Everybody should have made money. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do, is make some dough. In the meantime, I'll see you guys something tomorrow. And of course, I got the webinar tomorrow for the portfolio models, showing new portfolios. And just again, to be clear, those of you who are members of the old portfolios get the new ones for free. They will be added after tomorrow. On Sunday, you'll get a special update with the new portfolios in them. Okay, but I am marketing them as singles, where you can get only one, either the equity or the portfolio. You get them both, but you get one only every week instead of getting them all, which you guys get. You get one. Okay. Okay, baby. Thank you, my brother. I will try to do so. And in the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody, and enjoy. And look, if it were me, unless something crazy happens, I'd take my money and run. Okay. That's my view for you. Okay. I will be on Liz claim is at a last Friday of the month, 350. Okay.